We brought the 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo. This car is really kind of special to me. In 1992, I bought that car from a guy named Jerry Wager at the Total Region Porsche Club. He was a good friend of mine, and so he had bought the car new and took it to the track, and I got really kind of hooked on Porsche Club driving days, and I saved up some work money and ended up buying this car off of him. I remember picking it up at his house. It was like a little rainy out that night, and I must have been, I don't know, probably 92. I was 22 years old, and I thought this was the coolest thing ever, right? I'm driving my first Porsche, and I go on like an off-ramp with the dewy, kind of misty rain at about 6 o'clock at night, and that thing just came right around on me. It had like Bridgestone RE71 tires, and they used to shave them down for track use, and they were bald as could be. And but luckily I just did a couple 360s, and that was it, and the car just came to a dead stop in the middle of the off-ramp. Didn't hit anything, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I was working at my father's repair shop. He had a business called Dougherty Automotive. It was pretty neat. They had a Swedish and German car repair shop, and still there today, almost 55 years later after it was started, so it's pretty cool. So the 944 was pretty special. I immediately started autocrossing it, and then I took it to Porsche Club Racing. I had a little sponsor from Cool Carbon Brakes, Paul Weston. He had this company, Cool Carbon Brake Pads, and I had dipped my car in a little bit of white paint in the front and kind of gave it like a unique look that no one else had, which we're still trying to repeat these days. We're always trying to do things that people aren't thinking of, so that's pretty cool. And it was a street car, a track car, it's been everything. I sold it to a few friends along the way. Most notably, my friend Chris Brown had it for a while, and then got it back from him, and then Steve Rothschild had it for a while, got it back from him, and then more recently restored it back to the condition you see today. It's still got a lot of the DNA of the car it was so many years ago, back in '92 when I first bought it. It's got a DOS Sport roll cage, it's got all monoball suspension and Penske shocks in the back, and in the front it's got some modified Bilstein struts. My dad was the last person to build the motor in the car. He's not with us anymore. He died in 2020, so that's pretty cool. It's just all this built-up nostalgia in the car, and I love like sharing it with people and introducing the track, driving to them and that sort of stuff, so it's been pretty cool. When I did the restoration, I took the cage back out because the dash was cracked in the car, and I had acquired like one of the last uncracked dashes on the planet for a 944. It's kind of a rare dash because 85 and a half, they changed the dash to the oval style instrument cluster. And then in 87, they added airbags. So it really was only a year and a half it had that dashboard in the car. So to find one that was uncracked with such a narrow window of cars, it was pretty cool. So put a dash in it, straighten the car out cosmetically. Currently running Turbo Cup magnesium wheels on it. It also has a nice set of gold BBS wheels as well. And it's definitely a piece of the Dougherty history, and I don't know, what keeps me buying it back is just passion for that car. I'm sitting here thinking about the VIN number, and I can see the numbers in my head, and it's just one of those cars that will just never go away.